This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 10th day of April in the year 2019. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Georgetown Mayor Ubraj Nurain today said he will have to seek the approval of the City Council before he releases the names of those businesses that owe the municipality hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes. His statement comes on the heels of the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce requesting that it be provided with the names while criticizing the mayor for publicly calling on the business community to pay up their taxes. At a press conference today at his office, Mayor Narayan said the business community in the city needs to work along with the new council to settle outstanding taxes and assist in the building up and development of Georgetown. He said he prefers to be cooperating with the business community rather than fighting businesses down.
The list that to provide to the chambers, those things will have to go to council, and as long as council approve it, they will have it. And the high-end business, there are a lot of money, yes, but it is not millions, it's billions. So I will stick there. This thing here is not to attack the businesses. We agree that they are the lifeblood of the city. They create employment and all these things, but yet we as a mayor and a councillor, we got a role to play and to keep the city to a standard. And we're appealing to them, we're begging them, come, my office is open, the deputy mayor's office is open. We can sit down, we can able to come to a solution. We don't need a war part. You know, we just need, we are human beings, man. We can rationalize, we're no animals. You know, animals fight. But as human beings, we can sit and we can negotiate how we can able to get things done in a more smooth way.
The mayor complained that while the city council continues with its garbage collection, many businesses just dump their garbage on the street side and not in a proper manner. He said that is one of the issues that must also be addressed by the Chamber of Commerce and the council. Deputy Mayor Alfred Mentor joined the mayor in calling for the business community to work along closer with the municipality. Mr. Mentor said both citizens and the business community should take advantage of the council's open door policy.
Their principal outstanding and there's interest outstanding. The thing about the interest is people haven't been paying for years, so those interests has been compounded over years, and that's what took it into the millions. But there are other ratepayers, businesses and otherwise, who come to us. We form a special circumstances committee here that will deal and address those matters so that we could have one-on-one with those persons and try to work a situation out as to how we could waive interest. What we could do, we'll take it to full council and then we'll get those clearance. So there's processes here that we have in place to be able to address those particular issues, and it's the interest that has accumulated over the years is what caused it to reach those billions amounts. So we're working and we're trying to find ways. There are other measures we could look at which will be very tough on the citizenry and the business, but we don't want to go down that road.
He also said the Georgetown City Council wants to work along with all stakeholders to ensure the development of the city. More news coming up in just a moment.
The future is green. Let's help you experience the future with easy financing for your business or home. Be it for solar energy, water treatment recycling, water filters, energy-saving appliances, or wind power projects. Enjoy competitive interest rates, fast approvals, and discounted lending services fees, low equity contribution, and flexible repayment. Visit us for details or go to www.gbtibank.com or email us at banking@gbtibank.com. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
Linden Town Week isn't just the biggest events, the best fets, the most action, cultural shows, exhibition, food, music, sports, and anything you can dream of. Linden Town Week 2019 begins from Saturday the 20th of April to Wednesday the 1st of May. For more information, contact the Linden Town Week Secretariat on 444-2200 or follow the Linden Maritime Council's Facebook page.
Hey babe. Hello? Is Don me credit just done?
Buddy, you need to switch to GTT Fab 5.
Fab 5?
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only 5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Oh, yeah, like a switch. Wicked Fab 5.
This is Coach Manson. On May the 25th, Guyana comes alive because I shall be there alongside the Shiloh Band inside the National Stadium. Now do remember, May the 25th, the National Stadium, Guyana. Love you. Long walk to freedom.
Welcome back. The Georgetown City Council and the Private Sector Commission will be resuscitating a tripartite committee to look at ways of working together for the benefit of the city. Mayor Ubraj Narain and the Georgetown City Council team met this afternoon with the chairman and key members of the Private Sector Commission. The meeting took place at City Hall, and according to the PSC chairman Desmond Sears, the commission agrees with the mayor's sentiments for closer ties to be developed between the council and the private sector.
The idea was to work together so that we can look at helping, as a business community, helping the city in, getting, for example, the fair share of rates and taxes, and also other areas like property valuation and things like that. It didn't go very well, but what we did today is to try to resuscitate that.
Members of the Private Sector Commission are expected to join the City Council on a walk around in the city's business district next week to get a first-hand look at the challenges facing the City Council in the area of the dumping of garbage by businesses. PSC Executive Member Captain Jerry Gavaya said businesses must play their part in the maintenance of the city.
So we need to make Georgetown clean and beautiful. And a lot of businesses on Regent Street. And we're going to identify them, in fact, next week. We've agreed to walk the city with the mayor. And we will go and identify the businesses that are dumping their garbage in the alleyways and in front of their businesses. And we are going to embarrass them. We're going to work with them. We're going to ask them to stop doing it. We understand there's a hotel in the city that had garbage piled up in front, and it's unacceptable.
Gavaya also said that, like the Chamber of Commerce, the Private Sector Commission would also like a copy of the list of businesses that owe the City Council hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes. The mayor has said he will seek the approval of the council before he makes the list available to the two agencies. The Ministry of the Presidency and the Minister of Public Telecommunications, Cathy Hughes, have both denied that the video mega production company, which she founded and managed before she became a minister, had been granted a multi-million-dollar contract by the Department of Energy. Opposition Member of Parliament Gail Teixeira, in a statement yesterday, claimed that the company, which still lists Hughes on its website as a managing director, had been granted a multi-million-dollar contract for the production of brochures and other public relations material for the Department of Energy. In a press statement last evening, the Department of Energy rejected the Teixeira accusations as malicious misinformation. The department, through the Ministry of the Presidency, said it contracted the Video Mega Productions Company to develop 360-second television and radio public service announcement at a cost of $832,000 as part of its public awareness and sensitization campaign with regards to Guyana's emerging oil and gas sector. The statement said the Department of Energy worked closely with the Ministry of the Presidency's procurement unit in finalizing the contract, and all rules and regulations were followed. The Ministry of the Presidency also stated that it is outrageous and completely baseless for the Chief Whip for the opposition to speculate that the award of the contract for the Department of Energy relates to campaign material for the coalition. In a separate statement, Minister Cathy Hughes said she has not been involved in the day-to-day operations of the Video Mega Company since she became a government minister back in 2015. She said the management of the company is now handled by broadcaster Russell Costa, who was appointed the manager when she became minister. She said she was not made aware of the company receiving a contract from the Department of Energy until the issue was raised by Teixeira. Minister Hughes also clarified that the contract was valued at $832,200 and not multi-millions as alleged by Teixeira. The Video Mega Production Company was founded back in 1994 and has been involved in the production of public relations material for government and private sector agencies and companies for over a decade and a half. In the courts right now, 10 years after the gruesome murder of fuel dealer Ramzan Ali, his widow has been charged and remanded to jail for that murder. The woman Mialami Ali appeared before the chief magistrate today and was not required to enter a plea to the indictable murder charge. She is accused of being in the company of another person between the 11th and 12th of July 2009 and murdering her husband with the help of that other person. The other accused, a taxi driver, was charged and remanded to jail a few weeks ago. Investigators believe he was hired by the woman to carry out the murder. In court today, the woman had a blank look on her face as the charge was read. She was living in the United States and only returned to Guyana last week after the police issued a wanted bulletin for her arrest. She was arrested at the airport when she arrived. The body of the fuel dealer was found tied up and stashed in the trunk of a rented car that had been abandoned on the east coast of Demerara back in 2009. Investigators got a breakthrough in the cold case recently, resulting in the arrest of the two persons who are believed to have been involved in the murder. Still in the courts, 5 months after a city constabulary officer allegedly shot a minibus driver during a scuffle over parking, the constabulary officer has found himself before the court. 34-year-old City Constable Mark Murray made his first court appearance this morning at the Georgetown Magistrates Court and pleaded not guilty to the charge of discharging a loaded firearm. He was granted bail in the sum of $75,000. The court was told that on the 26th of September 2018, the city constable discharged his loaded firearm in the direction of the minibus driver Paul John with the intent to cause bodily harm. The two men reportedly had an altercation after the constable demanded that the driver move his vehicle from an area where he had parked. The driver claims that he was walking away from the constable when he was shot to one of his legs. He was hospitalized for a number of days. The matter will come up again later this month. Across the Region is coming up next.
Guyoil is a proud Guyanese-owned and Guyanese-operated company, serving our nation for over 42 years. All the profits remain in Guyana and are used for the development of our country. So when you buy fuel and lubricants from Guyoil, you are directly contributing to Guyana's economic development. Let's continue to build this nation together. Fuel up and drive with Super 95 from Guyoil.
Fuel it up and drive! Guyana, for the first time ever, two heavyweights in the music industry on one night, on one stage. Extra Beer presents Yardy Fett Dancehall and Soca Concert. Performing live, the youngest and hottest dancehall artist, Alkaline the Conqueror. Feel like my young song for the world now. And the hottest soca artist, Farmer Nappy. You got me hooking me if you want me to. Get your tickets now for an affordable $3,000, stage front $15,000. Ticket location: White Castle Fish Shop, Gesture Size Boutique, Guinness Bar, Pleasant, Idell Food Shop, Durban Street, Fireside Grill and Chill, Buxton Gas Station, Dave Bargrove, Digicel Starbrook Bar, Colors Boutique, Westsiders Entertainment Center, Patsy's BPAT Food Court, Soustite Junction, Extra Beer Location, Starbrook Market, Sweet Point Orange Walk, and HJ Radio Station. Yardy Fett, live, Alkaline and Farmer Nappy, Soca and Dance Hall Concert on Easter Saturday, 20th April 2019 at Guyana National Stadium. Come, Corona, Extra Beer, and Extra Energy Drink.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Across the region right now, the head of the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association in Montego Bay is not in support of calls for a reinstatement of a state of emergency in St. James to tackle rampant crime in the parish. He believes such a move could affect the tourism market. Back in January last year, the government of Jamaica implemented a state of emergency in the parish in a bid to contain spiraling crime on the heels of record murders there in 2017. The official of the Tourism and Hotel Association in Jamaica believes the government should instead proceed to pass the promised Enhanced Security Measures Act, and that will deal with the crime problem. In Barbados, the Minister for Tourism has issued a call for the Caribbean to take a defiant stand against the international community's imposition of standards in small states, even as his own government was racing to comply with new financial reporting rules set by a global watchdog. In a short, riveting speech on the floor of the House of Assembly, Kerry Simmons said the time is now for small island developing states to have a collective voice on topics such as de-risking, in which corresponding banks in North America have dropped ties to Caribbean banks, owing to the cost of complying with anti-money laundering standards and international financial regulations. He was speaking during the debate on the company's amendment bill in Barbados. And finally, at this time, international news. A suspected gang leader was shot dead after the dramatic raid on an Austrian Airlines plane on the runway at the Tirana airport in Albania. Passengers waiting for the Airbus plane to leave Mother Teresa Airport near the capital saw the gang approach security police wielding AK-47 rifles. They are then thought to have entered the plane to steal as much as 10 million euros. The gang fled but then ran into a police patrol and opened fire. Albanian media showed footage of a white van carrying tax agency signs being driven inside the airport fence before the robbery. It is thought that the masked gang had inside knowledge of the cash cargo that had been loaded on the plane ahead of its flight to Vienna. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. Gordon Mosley reporting.